Hey guys, David here. So if you're anything like me, you got absolutely screwed over by the recent Bitcoin sell-off, right? Price is down something like 76%, 73%, depending on where you measure from. On the plus side, it's a really good time to buy because you're looking at guaranteed returns of 270% profit, right? Not too bad, not too shabby. Of course, that depends on whether you believe Bitcoin will go back to all-time highs, and I am, for one, in that ballpark. Now, why did I get screwed over? Well, I chose to believe the Bitcoin narrative that it was going to go up and that the bull market was not over. However, the bull market was very much over, as we all are aware. I believe Bitcoin was going to go down, then up, then to about here with the previous lows before going long. This would have created a lovely divergence on the RSI and the MACD. It would have gone just below this to screw over all the retail investors because they would have sold out at below this spot, and everyone would have been happy before it went long. However, it did not do that, as we are well and truly aware. You can see all my little dots from my previous attempts at recording this. Today, though, we're going to be looking at this price action and work out how I could have done it better. How I could have, in fact, got this price action, not been in this trade, or in fact gone short and made money from the sell-off. So let's see what we got. So if we zoom in on this price action, we have a bounce off the 200 EMA. Normally, Bitcoin does not behave much around the 200 EMA, so I am choosing to ignore that one, even though it is a blindingly obvious signal at this time. Other ideas I had was this was forming a lovely channel, which broke out and sold off. Why would you have sold at this spot here? Well, this was the upper boundary of the channel. You could see the channel forming and it sold off. What else does this channel remind you of? Well, a bear flag pattern, very common. You can see them all over Google. Have a look, you'll see them. Or the obvious is obviously a bull flag pattern. Either way, this is exactly a bear flag pattern and sold off in that way. So this is what I should look for next time. What else do we have here? We're unlikely to see RSI or MAC divergence in this case, given the nature of the pattern. So we didn't really see either. We did, however, see MACD divergence at the bottom to indicate the bottom of the range, but you could have got snookered and thought that was the bottom instead. So depending on how you view MAC divergence. Anyway, that's not particularly useful because I'm trying to find the sell-off spot. We do, however, have a beautiful trend line on the RSI. So we zoom in, got this lovely trend line on the RSI, which would have meant if you'd gone off and sold at that spot, you would have sold at $43,000. Same again on the MACD. These signals often appear at similar times. You'd have got out on the MACD, sell off at 41,000. So both these sell-offs happened at the same time. The MACD one I found is usually slower. It would have, however, given you pretty good exits. However, that's approaching the middle of the channel. What else is there we could have used? Well, we have a lovely fib retracement of all things. I don't normally use the fib retracement, but on this particular occasion, it sold off perfectly on the 38.38 mark, which is kind of really annoying. So what do we have? We had the channel boundary, we had the sell-off on the 38, and we had the 200 EMA. Three convoluent factors. Then we had confirmation with the RSI and the MACD selling off at these points as well. Sure, we also had a trend line breakout at these points, further indicating a really good sell-off. So there are plenty of convoluent factors indicating a good market sell-off. So time to be out of this market at this time. You'd think I would learn. What else is there? Let's add the S&P 500 to the chart and see what we get. Now we know the S&P 500 has been tracking Bitcoin price pretty well, but you will notice that the peak on the S&P 500 coincided with the Bitcoin peak almost perfectly. I believe this is a news-related event involving inflation or something. I've forgotten it, essentially. However, I would not have put much store in this because, as you can see, the S&P 500 went up. Price action did not match Bitcoin particularly well during this period of time. So I would have ignored that one, to be honest. But it is there. So we had the S&P 500. I looked at the weekly chart. I couldn't see anything to indicate a good point to get out unless you got the doji channel, but I don't really trade those. On the 4 hour though, we did have something which I thought was interesting. On the RSI, we had a beautiful trendline breakout, which would have got you out significantly earlier on that candle, which would have got you out at 46%, at $46,000, so a few $1,000s more. So there was plenty of reasons to get out. I did not get out. In fact, I bought additional Bitcoin here on the wrong side of the trade. So foobs to me, I screwed up. So future reference, I will try and see what the chart is telling me and get out as appropriate. So hopefully you guys found that particular chart useful. In the future, I intend to go through and cover all these different scenarios with Bitcoin so that I can trade them better in the future. Hopefully you guys find this content useful. If you do, please like and subscribe. It would mean a lot. Encourage me to keep making these videos, or please suggest options or different currencies, different moments you would like me to have a look at. By all means. Anyway, thank you guys.